R/Army, what's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you while you were in the Army?
Brace yourselves. I got kicked in the nuts during combatives for morning PT at 11B Osset. Brushed it off at first. Kept spearing, did a 2-mile release run around the track, got back to the bay, showered, went to chow. Sat down in the chair and could not get comfortable but could not figure out why until I realized I was sitting on my own balls. Throughout the 3 minutes or whatever we got for chow, they started to progressively swell, throb and hurt, bad. I got up, walked out of the chow hall early and tried to run back to the bay, 4th floor, but could barely manage a jog. One of the drills from another platoon saw me and smoked me for not sprinting. Got up, staggered back and barely made it to the back stairwell. Unbelievable pain made it impossible to walk, so I crawled up the staircase by my arms. I don't think I even made it to the 2nd floor before guys from my platoon started filing in from chow. A couple of them lifted me up to the 4th floor, but then I started vomiting breakfast everywhere, so they left me in the stairwell to go and get the SDS. SDS shows up, finds my vomiting all over myself in the stairwell. Tall, country-strong southern dude who kicks me and asks if I'm drunk. At this point, the only thing relieving my 15/10 pain level is to have my hands shoved down my pants, massaging my balls and moaning. I think he thought I was masturbating, so he kicked me again and told me to stop. All I could mutter was, "My balls, drill sergeant, my balls." SDS is getting pissed/worried, starts to ask who knows what the fuck is wrong with me. The guy that missed his kick and hit my nuts finally runs up the stairs from chow and goes, "Oh, shit. I kicked him right in the dick earlier, but he seemed okay." He finished his run and went to chow and stuff, so I thought he was okay. Incoherent, rambling and back to rubbing my nuts at this point. Our SDS has some guys drag me down to his Chevy S10 where he has them throw me in the back. Like, in the bed of the truck. He shuts the cab and then takes off. He drives like a bat out of hell across Fort Benning, slamming me around in the bed of his truck. I open one of the little side windows on the cab and vomit out of the side of the truck. I was in 258, so on the far knee end of Post on Sand Hill, as far east as you can go on 2nd Div Road. Then he just drops me at the TMC, tells the intake nurse what happened, and jets off. Intake nurse, per Fort Benning SOP, is a fat black civilian lady filing her nails and watching daytime TV. She checks me in and I get into line behind all the sick call rangers hacking and wheezing. I'm still rubbing my balls furiously and moaning. The other recruits are giving me weird looks and then the intake nurse yells at me that ain't gonna getcha sayin' no sooner. Wait your turn, soldier. Then I vomit everywhere and fall over. The other new dicks scatter and insist that I can jump to the front of the line. The PA, a major, comes over and takes me to his exam room. I tell him what happened and he must have seen it before. Or was very familiar with cocks, because he knew exactly what to look for. He cut the front of my pants open with trauma shears and told me I had testicular torsion. He called 911 right away and told me I was in danger of losing the family jewels, especially since it had already been a few hours since the injury actually occurred. 911 shows up, medics look and agree with PA's diagnosis. One medic even yells, "Holy shit dude. You might lose your dick." They throw me on a gurney, mind you, my dick is just flapping in the wind for the TMC staff and other patients to see, and get me in the ambo. Get to Martin and get sent right to the ER. Urologist and surgeon come see me right away. Urologist is a nice young major who tells me what's going on, the surgical procedure, cut open my nutsack and resect the veins and arteries to restore blood flow, and that he's going to give me some morphine for the pain. Some guy from my PLT shows up as my battle. I guess my SDS told the 1SG/CO what happened and they lost their shit that I was flying solo through the medical system. He takes my clothes and gear and sits with me. Urologist comes back, gives me morphine, never had any drugs, alcohol or pain medicine before in my life, and his cell phone. Tells me to call my parents and let them know what's going on. They'll be back in a bit to wheel me over to surgery. The morphine hit me like a freight train. I am tripping balls hardcore. I hallucinated that my battle buddy was a terrorist trying to kill me in the desert and I tried to get out of bed and attack him. Then I called my mom and at this point in Osset, I think I have talked to her for maybe 3 or 4 minutes total. I tell her, "Hi mom, it's me, I got hurt really bad down here and I'm going to die." Then I hung up the phone and passed out. Remember this part for later. Surgery goes well, they are able to save the old twig and berries. I wake up in a recovery room. My battle is gone and some nurses and the urologist come in. They tell me everything is okay, I need bed rest for a week. My nutsack is stitched/stapled shut and basically any deep bending or reaching will probably pop it open. They show me how to clean it and dress it and then they call my company. I sort of doze for a bit and then my SDS bursts into the room. "Hey, how you doing? Let's go. Get your shit." Drill sergeant, I don't have anything. My battle had my clothes and stuff and I think he went back to the company. Aw, Jesus Christ. Alright, let's go. Cue amazing montage of my SDS pushing me through and out of Martin Army Hospital with me just in my hospital gown when my ass hanging out, passing field grade officers and senior NCOs giving us looks of disgust/disapproval. We get to his truck and I go to get into the bed and he goes, "No. No. You can sit up front with me. Come on." We drive across post and he goes over some railroad tracks, trying to take it easy. He notices me Grymac as we hit bumps and says, "I know how that feels. I took grenade shrapnel to my balls in Afghanistan in '03. I had to have an emergency vasectomy type procedure and then immediately go back on patrol." We get back to the CTA and first sausage runs out of the office. "Get the fuck in there, pick up my phone, and call your goddamned mother. Take however long you need to assure that woman that you are not dead, that you are fine and to stop calling the CG's office. Call my mom who had called Fort Benning as soon as I hung up on her, asking why her son was dead, etc." Of course, everyone in the cock was confused as fuck and the shit rolled downhill. I was on bed rest for a week, which was weird as fuck. Everyone got up for PT, I rolled back over. They came back, changed, went to training, and I rolled back over. After, I was on light duty with the rest of the Broke-a-Dick Brigade. The drill sergeant in charge of us was handing out chores, clean the CO's office, clean the 1SG's office, help the supply sergeant, etc. I had a hardcore waddle at this point. The wider my legs, the less pressure on my nuts, and he looked at me and said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I told him my story and I thought he was going to tear up. He had me sit in the company office and answer the phones. Everyone learned that I was good with paperwork/Excel/etc. So I instantly became Grimes. I caught the company up on paperwork, built them better Excel trackers, etc. I waddled to chow once and a DS from another company was knife-handing people not running to slash from and locked me up, then chewed my ass for not being motivated. One of my company's drills ran over and whispered in his ear. He came over and apologized, gave me a weird look, looked down at my crotch, apologized again and walked off. After 3 weeks, the stitches came out and I was good to hook. I masturbated furiously as often as possible to make sure everything was still firing properly. I have a giant scar from the base of my donger down my ballsack to my taint. I was worried about being recycled, but I think the company's staff felt so bad for me. I made up training on weekends with other companies in the BN and finished on time.